Hello, hello. Happy Monday. Hope you're having a great day and your weekend didn't go super fast and you feel like you actually were rested this morning. Sometimes I think I work harder on the weekends. I think we try and get so much done or so much fun that we just don't ever really sit back and relax. So I hope you had time. Tonight, while you're coming on in, tonight is all about the simples. We're going to create a layout using actually one that I've used in I think it was last month's Stamp Club Friends Like You. This is a bundle, and you might think, how does that work with this? Hey Deborah, welcome. Glad to have you here. Remember, if you're new to finding me here, every Monday and Thursday I do a Facebook Live, sometimes a card, sometimes a layout, sometimes both. Tonight we're just doing a layout. And one of the things that you want to make sure that you do is enroll in my free classroom for this class. So you just go to karamiller.com, click on classroom, and you'll see free 2020 classes. I have a really hard time saying all of that every time. And when you do that, after the class, I go in and upload the recording so you don't have to scroll back through Facebook to find the video. You can also download it. So if you're someone who likes to watch these later, it's super easy to do it in the classroom. It's free. When you're in there, you'll find the SVG, which I use tonight, that you're welcome to download. You'll see the cutting file, the instructions with the measurements, all those details, even the shopping list of what I used is in there. I usually put it on my blog as well, which again is at karamiller.com. But it's nice to be enrolled in that classroom too, because then everything's all in one place. So every Facebook Live that I do in the year will get added to that classroom. So it builds up a huge library by the end. So I see you guys are coming on in. Welcome, welcome. All right, let's get started. All right, tonight I am using my second favorite subject. You notice I use grandbabies most of the time. These are my fur kids. This is Belle and Morty. Belle and Morty. All right. So the simple that I'm using, let's get some of the extras off here. The simple that I'm using is right here, and this allows you to have two full-size photos and these are actually 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. So that gives you two cropped photos. This could be a big, if you didn't have that many photos, you could use this as a large embellishment. Lots of options with this one. Now, what if your photos aren't vertical like mine, but horizontal? Simply spin your simple this way. What if you wanted to do two layouts, a two-page layout? Well, I have lots of other simples, but you could use the same one, and you could use one this way and one this way as an example, okay? You might be looking at this paper thinking, I haven't seen that before. Where'd you get that paper? Well, let me show you. This is it's Tropical Oasis Designer Series paper, which does not look a thing like that, but the back side of these papers, let me just pop it over for you, is beautiful design. Some are definitely tropical, right? So pretty. You get 2 of each in this 12 by 12 pack. The pineapples, I love that one. Bananas, mangoes, flamingos, the leaves. This is the back of one that I'm using. And this is the other side. This brown is really kind of cool because that's a tough one, and it's a great texture looking. I love the wooden, what are those called? Remember from Gidget? Gidget always had one of those. Moon Doggy? Okay, I'm showing my age. I didn't know them at the time, but I used to watch them on Saturdays when they would replay them. I love this. So they all have like a really cool texture designed in them. They're not texture to the feel, but they look it. Okay? So that's this one. Yeah, I didn't order it as a suite. I just ordered the paper. And the paper, the other piece of this I like, Woody's, yes, Jean, is it's the colors. Remember on the back of your Stampin' Up! Papers, it tells you what the colors are that coordinate with it. So for this Matchy Matchy Girl, it soothes my heart. Daffodil Delight, Early Espresso, Grapefruit Grove, Mango Melody, Mint Macron, Old Olive, Pear Pizzazz. So as you can hear as I'm reading, there's a ton of colors that coordinate with this set. So that's a great paper if you don't already have it, especially as we're going into warmer weather. I'm wishful thinking, it's only January. So this is the SVG, and this is how it cuts. What if you don't have a Cricut, but you think this is a cool idea? You're going to get your trimmer, and I've given you the cutting guide in that classroom that I told you to enroll in. The cutting guide is there. So you're going to take an 8.5 by 11 piece of Whisper White. I like that, Becky. And I'm going to cut this at 4 1/4. Okay, which is right down the middle. And then, and if you're using this trimmer, you can cut 2 of these at once. I'm going to flip this way. So this is 4 1/4 by 11. I'm going to go with 4 1/4 this way. Cut 2. And then 6 1/4. Now, the hard part for that is this only goes to 6. If I look at this and see, it's 6 1/2. I could probably guess it, or I can just pop this little arm out and then no worries. I don't like to guess. And I'm going to go to 6 1/4. Okay. So if you don't have a simple, just cut these 4 and you have this layout. Super easy. And how this is going to work is this goes here, this goes here, this goes here, this goes here, right? Now you'll also notice that I have, if I haven't lost it, I have a 2 1/4 using the 2 1/4 inch punch. Remember I said this is something that you would use often when you're working with the layouts that I designed for you. The 2 1/4 fits perfectly right in the center. So I could do a design with that if I wanted. I could, I had it punched but I put it away. Hold on just a sec. I could take a photo that isn't very good. This is what the photo looked like. It's Morty sleeping in front of the fire, which, okay, that's cool, but you don't see Morty, you just see his fur. But I punched this, and now I have room for another photo if I wanted. Ooh, sorry for the glare. Can you see it? That would kind of go in the center. A couple of options of what to put in here. This could be your journaling. This could be your embellishment. I was all set to use the puppy punch, you know, the little dog punch, for the center, and then I realized that Grace has it. So Grace is my granddaughter, and I don't have the punch. So I have to come up with a different plan. So anywho, let's put these to the side. We're going to use the simple tonight. And you're probably thinking, wait a minute, you wasted a whole 12 by 12 to get that little circle? You wasted the whole thing? You could stamp on it. You could put a picture. You could add it to this and build on it, but you're going to waste a whole sheet of 12 by 12 of this gorgeous paper? Nope, you're not. You are going to punch a hole underneath where your simple's going to go. No one's going to see it, because when you put these in your album, you're going to back it with another piece, and this little secret is going to be all yours. No one's going to know. So you can remember, you can punch out from underneath. Just make sure that you know where your simples are going to go, or your mats are going to go, and punch away before you glue them down. Okay? All right. So I have decided that I'm going to use my photos. I'm going to use this full-on one of Belle and this full one of Morty are my 2 full-size photos that I want to use. Then I have these 2 that I'm going to crop. Okay? If you're new here, you may not know what I'm talking about. If you're not new here, then you can all yell, hooray, hooray, we want the Simple Toolkit. Simple Toolkit is a product that I came up with. And I found some people to cut my acrylic for me. So it comes with, and I might be changing this to a zipper pouch again. I'm having people having trouble with these. You can always pick these up yourself. I've been shipping them in this, and I'm having people get them broken. So these are the empty stamp cases from Stampin' Up. They come in a pack. They work out really well to hold these, but I also have where are they? A zipper pouch for them. So sometimes some people got them in these, other people got them with a zipper pouch, which I think might actually work better as far as shipping goes to get them to you. These are available on my website. If you go look, you can order them there. It's under the SVG tab. And it comes in something to hold it, either one of those cases or a zipper case, a pair of scissors, you get the 4 spaces, and you get this little labeler already ready for you to label when you're done. Now, why don't I label them ahead of time? They come coated in a heavy plastic that you have to peel off so they don't end up all scratched. That's how the company makes them. So there are 4 of them. There is a 2x2. It's hard to show you these. They're clear. A 2x2, 3x3, 3.5 by 3.5, and 4x4. These all fit the simples that I design and create for you. Simples are SVG files that you can cut with your Cricut or your Silhouette or your Brother Scan and Cut. I have a video coming up this week that talks more to our Brother Scan and Cut users on how to upload it. I hate to be an enabler, but I just got an email today that the HSN is having the Brother DX, which is the more expensive of the machine, tomorrow on HSN. The DX is really cool. It really is. It's a much higher resolution scanner. It's more expensive, but it's a much higher resolution scanner, and it has the auto blade. So if you've been on the fence about that, it's pretty cool. Okay, so what the simples do is they allow you... Oh, you like the case, Deb? Me too. I just wish they weren't breaking in the mail. I tried this last batch went wrapped with bubble wrap, so let's see if that works. What was I going to say? Oh, so you're going to take your simple tool. These are the simple tools, and it's our cropping tool. And you're going to position it over your photo, and it helps you decide what you want to keep. What if I just wanted Morty's face? I could go smaller, probably go with a 3x3 even, and I would just get his face and not have anything else. In this case, the simple SVG, you'll hear the word simple a lot. So it's a simple toolkit and a simple SVG and a simple cutting guide to give you the simple mats. We're keeping it simple here. You line it up, figure out what you're going to see, hold it in place with your thumb, grab your long bladed scissors, and this comes in the kit, and you're just going to cut right along the edge, right, nice and straight, no measuring, no sliding it in. Deb, they should be the same size. I limited it. The old set of tools had the circle, and we decided, at least I decided, based on your comments, that the circle's really hard to cut around. Simples have been around for a while. I put them in retirement for a little bit, and then honest to goodness, I missed scrapbooking. And I don't know how many of you feel like I do, but I just love it. I feel like it just makes my heart feel good. And when I make a card, I love the card and it's beautiful, but it only goes to the person I send it to. When I make a scrapbook layout, I can share it with lots of people. The book hangs around. It's really cool. Deb, you can check yours and make sure what the sizes are. Those older ones aren't labeled. So it's a 4x4, 3.5 by 3.5, 3x3, and 2x2. You may have the rectangle one, which I'm working on getting. I thought I had them ordered. They came, and they're all the squares. Apparently they didn't get my note. I don't know. We'll see. They'll come. They will. All right, so there's that one. And honestly, it makes the photo actually show what I wanted it to show instead of noticing the fireplace, my kitchen cabinet in the background. Get that glare out of there, right? So there's Mr. Mort, and that was not the one I wanted to cut, is it? I wanted to cut that one. So what if I did it wrong? Yeah, 4x6 is not done because that's the size the photo is, so there's really no need for that. And the 3x4 is the rectangle that I'm working on. So I limited it this time, and all the simples that I've released right now will work with the toolkits that we have. When I am able to get the new toolkit 3x4, I will let you know. Oh, good, Deb. I'm glad to hear that. I will say I have got, Debbie said she wasn't missing it until I started doing it again, and now she's working on her books again. I will say I have heard from lots of people, especially over the weekend, that they missed it too. And they didn't know they missed it until I started doing it. So that's awesome. I'm really happy. So if you notice that I actually cropped the wrong photo here, I wanted to crop this one, not this one. The dog's white, looks the same. I didn't figure it out. So I'm going to go with this one. I don't really like that it shows the other room, but it's not the end of the world. I'm going to crop this one. Unless, oh wait, maybe I'll crop Morty and I'll keep Belle a lot. Oh yeah, let's do that. Sometimes you just have to play with it a little. So I really did want two cropped. So now it'll work. I was thinking crop one of each so one wouldn't feel bad, and then I remembered they were dogs. Jeannie, this is a brand new one, and it's in the classroom, in the free classroom. The question was, which SVG am I using tonight? And this one is in the free classroom for you to download. Oh, I like that much better. All right, so before I get too carried away, I'm going to put my photos down so that I'm committed. One of the things that I noticed, hey Bonnie, one of the things I like to do when I'm putting photos and I'm figuring out where they're going to go is I don't like to have my eye go off the page. I wish that wasn't glaring on you so bad. I don't like to have my eye take me off the page. So for example, if I put Belle over here, this way, she is sort of looking at me. Belle is a little cross-eyed, but don't tell her. But she's kind of looking off the page, and so my eye is going over there, kind of Bellish. I want to come, poor girl. I want to come this way. She's a Shih Tzu, and sometimes their eyes, most of the time she's good. But I want the page to kind of take me in a circle, so I make sure that I see everything. I don't want to see something and then go off on a tangent. So when I'm putting my photos down, I try to make sure that they're looking the way I want them to go. Now that doesn't always happen. What if it's a landscape? Then it doesn't matter. But if I had two pages, then I might want Belle to be over here looking over this way. See what I mean? Okay. All right, so we're going to put Belle down. And believe it or not, the girl is still wearing, this is a Christmas jacket that she's still wearing. I either need to go shopping or it needs to warm up a little. They just had their haircuts and she's always cold. I'm using Snail, which is now empty. Morty is actually sleeping. I wish you could see the whole thing. Morty is sleeping on, it's a little dog bed that's got like a lip on it. It's not really a bed. It's more like a mat that would go in a crate, which, oh, that would just not be okay. And it is on top of the footstool. So he is the king of the living room. Belle is sleeping on the couch with multiple nice fleece blankets because that's what she does. So there's that. Now this simple isn't really attached, remember, because I wanted to show you this. So we're just going to pop some of this down. And why I love simples as opposed to having to do it without a Cricut is because I don't have to worry about the layout, making sure things are balanced, making sure things are in the right place, because the simple sets up my spacing for me. I just pop this down, make sure it's centered on my page, and life is good. Right? Love it. Okay, so I could say, all right, I'm done. That looks pretty good. Or I could go on for days and days. I'm going to show you some of my what I wanted, how I'm going to finish this one. I am using, first thing I'm going to do is put my toolkit away. I will tell you, these get lost on your desk really, really easy because they're clear. And so when you're done with them, just pick them up, and if you have the case, pop it back in. If you have an older one and don't have the case, you can add these to your next Stampin' Up! Order. They're not expensive. I want to say it's $7 for 4 or 6, and you'll use them 100 times. That's the regular one. This is the full case. These are the ones that used to hold the wooden stamps. And I use these for my extra pictures. So if I printed some photos and I didn't end up using them, I just pop them in a case. I don't have them organized. But you could. You could do them by vacation. Having stuff in these makes it super easy to travel or pack up and go to a crop, because you can just grab these, your pack of paper, and you're good to go. You can pre-cut your SVGs. Super easy. Okay, so one of the colors, this particular color, is Pool Party. Again, my matchy soul is happy. And this bundle, this Friend Like You, has a couple of really great things that I decided to use. It has this, again, they're sleeping on the couch in the living room. But, you know, I like the cattails and the flowers, and I thought it was a great embellishment. Probably would have made a lot more sense if they were playing in the grass, but it's January in Vermont. They're not in much grass. So I cut one of those, and it's going to go right here, just to add a little something to the bottom of my page. You'll notice if you use this die, it looks like this. It's really cool, but it doesn't cut itself off. So I could have done it on a full sheet of 12 by 12, and I could have continued on and had a border that went all the way across my page. Right? Super cool. This is Pool Party. I'm only going to use a half a one just on this side. So I'm going to put that down while I'm on a mission here. Now, these are kind of tricky to get your adhesive on. And this is where I come in with that silicone mat, which I have here somewhere. Now this silicone mat is a mess because I colored on it with Simples. It still works fine. You're going to lay it down. I think I need a new one so it's not so busy looking. And you're going to kind of hold it in place and add your snail to the back. Right? Any extra glue will stick on the silicone mat. And I've been using this one a lot, but if you happen to, and this glue doesn't even stick to this mat, but if it does, you just kind of roll it with your finger and it comes right off. It's awesome. And I'm going to pop this down right here. And now I'm just going to go along and rub off any excess that's stuck in between the flowers. All right? Just adds a little something to my layout. Not a whole bunch of work, to be honest, but it works great. All right, now I grabbed, this is another die that I use a lot. Stitched layering something. Again, I have all these written down for you because I never remember their names. And I punched out using this one. What's cool about it is you get your stitching around it. I did, well, if it isn't there yet, Kathy, it will be. I thought it was there, but I may not have published it. I'll double check it. It will be there. Yeah, you can use the Xyron sticker maker. Yep. This kind of gives you that same effect, but yes, you can do that. So I stamped on this, Life is So Good with a Friend Like You, because these are my best friends. But I wanted it over to one side. I don't really want this side, but if I just cut it, it's not going to have the stitching. So also in that die set comes this awesome little piece that allows you to trim this down where you want it. So I'm going to trim this off, running it through my Big Shot. Kathy, if it's not there, it will be. They're always there, but I don't know if I got it in before, if it's loaded or not. So I'm going to run this right through. Notice I'm running this way with it. It works better. Oh, sorry, ladies. I will get it in there for you. You are speedy tonight. And see what it did? It just put the stitching right along there. Now it didn't cut. I'm then going to take my snips or my trimmer and cut that right off. So now I get a different shape using so instead of having the points on both sides, now I have this, right? Super cool. Okay. Then I'm going to take some of this new ribbon and I am going to, now I want it to wrap around the bottom a couple of times. So in order to keep it there, I'm just going to put a little dab of snail right in the middle. And I'm going to leave a tail over here about yay long. And around. Now if it's going to slide off, just put a little piece of snail over there. Oops, that's not, I grabbed the wrong end, sorry. Was going to tie this before and I said, oh no, you need to watch me fumble with it. Skinny ribbon. Okay. And then we're going to tie a bow right here. Right. I like to tie a knot first so it's not sliding around, and then pop a glue dot in it. And then put my bow. Now I could have just made a bow and stuck it on, but I kind of like this idea of this wrapping around. But I'm going to make sure this is glued, which it is. It's sticking to the snail. If it wasn't, I would add a glue dot. And then I'm just going to add a bow right here. Get in there. And then, oopsie. Use my take your pick up myself a little glue dot. Tuck that under there. There we go. So now I have kind of an interesting embellishment now, not just a tag or a sentiment. And we're going to use our dimensionals on the back. And we are good to go. Now because the flowers down here kind of blend in, I'm going to grab a few of. Now if I think that it just looks like it needs a little something, remember I have this cool piece right here. that I could add right like that. This circle that I punched out, I could have punched any shape I wanted. Put that a little lopsided-y. And then you are going to go like that. All right. Now I'm going to take some of, these are the metallic pearls. And I'm going to add those down here. But because I didn't have to spend a ton of time on measuring and figuring and cutting and chopping, I kind of enjoy doing this part. Because now I just get to decorate. So it's kind of like when you have a home makeover and you have someone come in and do all the carpentry and the cleaning and the icky part, and you just get to go to Home Goods and get the pillows. That's this part. And then I'm going to take a cup. So I could do a few more of those, but I'm going to take some of these little sparkles. These are the basic rhinestones. And pop those on too. So what started out as kind of a, you know, simple little page of just 4 pictures of my dogs turns into something that really makes them look special, because that's what they are. All right. So what did I use? I used a piece of paper. I used a piece of 12 by 12, a 12 by 12 Whisper White to cut my simple, or a sheet of 8.5 by 11. I used a scrap piece to cut this. This little circle was punched out over here, right? And now I have a really cool layout. I want to show you a new album that I just picked up. I don't know what's going to go in it yet. We've always had just the black one, but now we have this one, which I really, really like. I should have had it out of the box. I didn't open it yet. It's the mini dot one. Isn't that cute? I really like that. So we've got the mini dot 12 by 12. They're really nice. This is the black one that I've been using. Same idea. It's got the great corner metal gizmos to hold them in place. And then you can get a pack of your 12 by 12 protectors. You want to make sure that you order the 12 by 12 page protectors, they come 12 in a pack. You want to make sure they don't have the pockets in them. You want just the traditional one if you're doing these, okay? Alrighty, well thanks for coming tonight, and I will make sure that the simple is published so that you can find it and you can download it, that SVG. And Morty and Belle say see you soon. See you on Thursday. Bye.